Now let's talk about how we can parse a string into date and time. And this is quite important because if you are a data scientist, in most cases, you will process datasets in which the date and time or date and time together are strings. So in this case, you need a way to convert this string date time into a standard object so you can deal with within your Python environment. The main function to do that is str parse time, which means from the string we are going to convert it into a time. And you will note that this function will take two things. We'll take the string, which has the actual date, time, or date time that you want to convert into an object, and the format, which means you have to specify how this date and time is represented inside your string so the function can understand how to convert this string back into a date, time, or date time object. To understand the idea better, let me show you an example first. Let me assume that I have the following date time string, which is 30 of May 1995, and the time is 14:45:37. Now I want to convert this string into a date time object. First of all, you have to specify the format. And the format here will determine which number represents the day, which number represents the month, which number represents the year, and so on. You will see here that I use %d, %n, %y, and so on. These symbols are not arbitrary symbols. They have a special meaning, and if you want to understand what is the meaning of this symbol exactly, you can refer to the provided link here. You will see within this link each symbol what it does mean. So for example, %d mean days as two number, whereas %y, and you see here the capital Y, this mean year in 4 digits. We have H, M, S, and all of them capital letter, which mean hour, minute, and second. And also here you have to specify what is the separator between two values. So for example, in the date, I'm using dash as separator, whereas I'm using here colon as separator in case of time. So the separator that appear in the actual value, it's exactly the separator that appears here in the format. Once I define the date and the date and time format, now it's time to use datetime.str parseTime function. And as I mentioned before, you have to specify the datetime string and the datetime format. Now let me run to see. As you see here, this function works without any problem because my datetime now is a standard datetime object, and these are the values within this object. And these are the individual values. So you see, for example, 1992 and so on. So from this, we can understand that the order of these parameters here within this format is exactly the orders of the value here. So according to parse function, the first number represents day. It's not month. Now if I replace d by m and m by d, now according to function, the first number will become the month and the second number will become the day. You have to know that this function, str parse time, works also with date individually and time individually. So for example, if I remove this part now, which is about time, and remove it also from the format, now I have date only. If I run, you will see that I get a date time object, as you see here. It has exactly the same date, but the hour, it's exactly 12 AM. Now my friend, if you want to get only the date from datetime object, simply we can say .date. And this will returns only the date part from the datetime object. If I run, you will see now the object type is date and the value is 13 of May 1992. Now let's see one more example about how we can use this function with time only. So I will remove this part now, which is about date, and I will keep the time only, as you see here, and I will run. Also, don't forget that str parse time will give you a datetime object. So you will see here that the date is 1900 in the 1st of January, and the time is exactly the time that has been specified here. Also, if you want to get access to the time only from this datetime object, just say .time. And this will give you an object of time class, as you see here the type of time, and it has the time value and individual values for hour, minutes, and seconds. And that's all for this idea.